cloud, and then that way, it doesn't, you don't have to deal with transferring files off your computer and a bunch of stuff. Right.
Okay, now I'll bring the agenda back up.
Okay, thank you very much, Sandra.
Okay, we're
Great,
good.
okay. So at this point, yeah, it's okay to start recording because now we are called to order. And the time is, I'm looking for it on something.
7:28.
7:28, that's right. Yeah, whatever numbers after the 7 is how late we are. Okay, so it's 7:28 p.m. after some technical issues, which we have now addressed. Okay, and so first thing is, and I'm going to ask if, and this would also apply to anyone online, was a youth member appointed by the city council or our council representative? I'm waiting just in case someone's having trouble unmuting or something. Okay. Oh, and also then I will also point out, since our secretary is not on the computer, on the computer we have Sandra Turner Handy. We have Karen Knox, who are both members of the CAC. So that's so let's see, and do we have is Jocelyn Harris present? Yes. I put the blue card on the sidewalk. The blue Fusion on the sidewalk is mine. How about someone on the street? So the street's getting towed. Okay. Life happens. Okay, so okay, it's all right. Okay, so we have here also I wanted to point out Gregory. We have Leonie May, Aumentado. Do you, if you wish to say your name for us to get it right, you can. I have Leonymae, first name, last name Aumentado.
Hi, my name's Leonie May Aumentado. Yeah.
Leonie May Aumentado?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. And so that's who's on Zoom right now with us, Gregory. The people I've named already. So you got Leonie May Aumentado. And we got Sandra Turner Handy, and we got Karen Knox. I don't see Jocelyn Harris present. Oh, she's physically here. Okay. Thank you. And okay, so Jocelyn Harris is also here. So that leaves us, was Washington Newsom here anyway? That still leaves us without Washington. I did again make some serious attempts to reach him. I've attempted communication by email, text, a work phone number, and a personal phone number. And so just I feel that was my due diligence. So that's who's present right now. We do have a quorum as soon as, but we will wait for. Oh, that's Leonie Aumentado, and she can correct me if I said it wrong. It's like Leon, Leonymae. Yes. Yeah, I can send you. Okay, so is it Jocelyn Harris hiding under the hat? Okay, I've been saying. Oh no, okay, this okay. You kind of got that rim hanging down there. All right, she just went out to her car. So we even have a quorum right now, but I think as a matter of respect for our fellow members, I'm not gonna do anything real formal before then. I will talk about what we have here, which is do we have any elected officials who wish to speak up at this time? Okay, obviously ourselves, but pardon? Yep, none present. Then we have I do not see Bradley or Keisha. Thank you. I'm not doing well. Bradley or Keisha here, and the city council representative or his representatives should be here by charter, but then we also get into other things. Okay, so they're apparently not here. That moves us on to and they weren't included in my messages. I made sure of that. All right, so now that gets us down to adoption of the agenda. I will read out loud what I have here for the agenda. We have the call to order, and I did that. Okay. We did the just introductions is the opening part here. Part 2, adoption of agenda. And so here we go. What I have in here after that is I have approval of the minutes, prior meeting minutes, which we'll discuss when we get there. Presentations, hearings, and discussions. Is anyone here from the Coalition for Property Tax Justice? Anyone online from the Coalition for Property Tax Justice? Okay, in that case, I thought when I communicated with them last, they indicated an interest in doing a presentation for us today, and they are absent. Next, we have part B on the agenda as members and council representatives are encouraged to request to have presentations. Okay, well, you have that in there. Unfinished business would be item 5, planning a news conference on inavailability of side lots and other apparent unfairness concerns for residents living in north of I-94 in District 4. Part B of the unfinished business, I had listed here current community concerns. Now, it's down here under new business. We have youth advisor position, and I'm going to bring that up when we get there, but it has to do with the fact that we did not get a youth member appointed. Part B, flood related issues. That's obviously the big one, kind of saving the best for last. Including basement cleanup, draining, curbside pickup, and assistance, federal, state, local, and private. Part 7 is reports, if there are any. And then location of next minutes, public comment, and adjournment. To the members, is there any interest in changing any of that, first of all? Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Get all mixed up here. Okay, so we now have 5 people present who are members, and obviously others present who are not. Okay, so I'm going to make the following edit request. Given the absence of the people from Property Tax Justice, I'm going to have that part, Coalition for Property Tax Justice. You can remove that as an item under presentations, hearings, and discussions. They're not here. Oh, wait, okay, you know, I did this in the wrong. Wait, hold on, but I just realized that isn't how we do it anyway. That has to be voted on, any changes. Is there any objection from members on removing Coalition for Property Tax Justice from the agenda?
That's not even a conversation. That's just a situation where they are part of it and they did not show up.
Yep.
So then you invite.
And can I know who I'm talking with? You are, okay, you got the hat there. Hi, Brenda. Yeah.
What's on the agenda is not going to happen. It just doesn't happen. And that's written to the minutes that they want. So you not invite them to the next meeting. You should have sworn to take them. Don't do that.
Okay, well, is there any, my suggestion, for lack of a second, won't change it anyway, so I guess I'll leave it. Okay, if there's no problem with leaving it there, we can leave it there. Okay, anyone from any member of the CAC have a recommendation regarding the agenda? Additions, omissions, whatever, removals? Okay, there are none. So we'll then, all those in favor of approving the agenda as presented, indicate by saying aye. Okay, for a roll call vote, since we're kind of doing it hybrid here. Gregory Creswell, I heard an aye from. Karen Knox, did you vote? I mean, Karen Knox is online. Karen Knox, do you have a vote on
Yeah.
that? Is that an aye? Okay,
Yes.
Sandra? I think that was an aye. I can't hear her.
Aye.
Okay, I was not. And Jocelyn Harris? Yeah, I'm doing a roll call vote on. Okay, all right. So without opposition, the agenda is approved as is. You can put that in there then. Next we have approval of prior meeting minutes. Sandra, would you be able to put that on the screen to
Yes.
share? And Gregory will read them out loud to the group of those attending, and those working through Zoom will see the minutes displayed.
Oh, hold on one moment. I brought up the wrong thing. One moment. Hold on.
Yes, I believe so. Wait, Sandra, do you need more time?
I keep bringing up the minutes, but okay, here they go. I got them. There they are.
Yay.
Okay, I hope we're not gonna be on this all night.
Okay, please pause just for a moment. Sandra, could you scroll that up so people can see further down on the page?
Yeah, give me a minute. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. You may continue, Gregory, sir. It's set. Go ahead.
Scotty. Coalition. They were allowed. Well, in our interest, Sanders said,
Sandra, can you keep that scroll to the end? Please, thank you. Okay, were there any changes? Did you finish yet? Oh, go ahead.
All of this discussed. Also, other issues that I need to motion was sent. Finally, September 7th.
Thank you very much, Secretary Creswell. Is there anybody here who is either was attending that meeting or is a member of the CAC who notices anything that was any major item that was omitted or anything that's stated incorrectly? Yes, ma'am. Oh, Community Advisory Council. No, that's Citizen District Council. You can ask Jocelyn Harris about that. She's part of a citizen, I believe. Are you on the Citizen District Council over at Jefferson Chalmers? Yeah. Right. Yeah. That would be Citizen District Council versus the Community Advisory Council. Yes, Ms. Harris. Okay. Okay, it does. If it says Great Lakes Water Association, it should be authority. Sandra.
Yes, I was gonna make that, let that be known also.
Okay.
That was incorrect.
Okay, good.
Let me find it, go back to where it was.
Member Harris had her hand up already.
And she helps flood victims get help from people all over the country. So I don't think it's a good forgiveness.
So yeah, okay. Sandra, can you show me the part where it mentions Mary Lloyd?
Okay, hold on one moment. Let me finish this correction. Okay. Where it mentions Mary Lloyd.
Uh-huh.
Hold on one moment. Let me scroll.
Yeah, see how that looks, because there's an
Okay,
issue
right
with the
down.
language.
It's right here. You see where the cursor is?
Okay, so this is and this is actually stating Jocelyn's credit with being just that's member Harris here. Jocelyn Harris, who's a member here, is making the statement about Mary Lloyd, and she definitely did not intend the word predicament. So she's mentioning something that is attributed to her here. So, okay, it says here, discussion about the flooding in Detroit neighborhood. She gave praise to volunteers. She mentions Mary Lloyd, Mary Lloyd's work? Okay, maybe she just mentioned Mary Lloyd is executive director of the disaster relief nonprofit. Am I repeating that correctly? Of a disaster relief nonprofit.
Of a what? Disaster relief?
Yeah, a disaster relief nonprofit.
Oh, let me see where I'm at.
While she's fixing that, was there any other, anything else anyone here found? Yes. Sarah.
A letter to him that clearly identified what the meter of frequency is as it relates to guidelines. So I was, that's my understanding. I don't know if it's clear in the minute.
Okay.
The bottom line is she wants to bring a copy of the letter that she sent to the mayor.
Okay, yes, Sandra, okay, Member Harris was addressing your part of this past meeting and in the minutes. About your discussion with the mayor, that's in there. Is that accurate, what it says about your discussion with the mayor in the minutes there?
Yes, basically it is.
Okay, does it mention your intention to bring a letter here to be that we would agree to have sent to the mayor
Yes.
asking for specifics? It does. Okay,
It
good.
does mention it. I have not been able to complete the letter because I'm trying to get the community leaders that were at the meeting to add in to make sure I have everything in the letter and to
Okay.
approve the letter prior to me taking it to anyone else.
Okay, thank you. Maybe you could just make some note to that effect. Well, it's just as far as what was discussed at the meeting, and now we're discussing this at the meeting. So just what you had said back then about the letter needs to be accurate in there.
Yes, that is
Anything happened
accurate.
since doesn't go in the minutes. Yeah,
Right, that'll go into the minutes for this meeting.
right.
What I just stated is that the minutes for the meeting should read, Sandra stated, letter is still incomplete and will get to the CAC as soon as it's approved.
Okay, thank you. Okay, if there's no objection, I'd like to move to a approval vote.
I make a
There's another-
motion that,
Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes
There isn't?
as amended.
Okay, there's a motion on the table. I will second it if you didn't have something to put in. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and second Sandra's motion. I guess the chair doesn't usually second, but.
No, the chair can second.
Okay, good. Well, Ms. Butler, you're not a member, so you can't. You're not a member of the Community Advisory Council. You're a member of the community. Only members can make votes and seconds and motions.
So you might want to describe.
Sure, I can do that. That's a point of information. But we have, wait, but we do have a motion on the table, and after we vote on that, I will address that point of information. Okay, so, Sandra, we have
want me to-
it moved, by you, and did another member besides the chair want a second? Okay. Gregory Creswell will second that, motion to approve the, amended minutes. Okay, so at this point, it's been seconded. Is there any discussion on that, or we just move forward? I'm gonna move forward. All those members who wish to approve the agenda, if you're present, raise your hand. And if you're on Zoom, you can put the hand raising thing on there, and then we could just do this all together the same way.
I think you may have to call a
You
roll
were either
call.
elected in 2020 on November 7th, or you were appointed by Council Member Spivey and sworn in.
Scotty, I think you're gonna have to take a roll call vote on this, because Karen's on the phone. So
Okay.
she can't, so I think we're gonna have to do a roll call vote.
Okay, and I had my hand up, Member Creswell has his hand up, Member Jocelyn Harris has her hand up, it's 3. And now I'm looking, I don't see any little hand, okay, I see Sandra, I see your hand literally up on the camera. And so that makes 4 votes. I know it's a majority, I'm just wondering what Karen Knox's vote is.
Karen, are you voting to accept the amended minutes as presented?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so that's all 5. Now moving on past that, we now have, and we can pull up the agenda again for us. And I have, that we will have, okay, that next item was presentations, hearings, and discussions. The Coalition for Property Tax Justice is not present. Next down, members and council representative are encouraged. Okay, whatever. That's just my language for people for future reference. That takes us all the way to unfinished business. That's item number 5. The unfinished business was item A, planning news conference on inavailability of side lots and other apparent unfairness concerning residents living north of I-94 in District 4. Do we have, now the people that were, I know Sandra and Karen seem to be most central to this. I think Karen had originally suggested the idea, and Sandra had some elaborative things that came up based upon her meeting with the mayor. And we also had that park. So I'm actually going to ask if, first of all, if Karen or Sandra would like to speak to that.
I'll just, go ahead, Karen.
So I want to hear what you had heard from the mayor on this.
The mayor, what the mayor said, and it was in the minutes, was that the reason why a lot of the land was not available online is to keep it out of the hands of speculators. But as I told the mayor, it also keeps it out of the hands of residents if we don't see the property as being available. And then in talking with someone else in the community yesterday at a meeting, I heard still the same thing, that lots are not available. Residents are being denied lots that they're taking care of. The 500 feet lots are really not available in this area. I heard from a resident yesterday, so I have to go into more in-depth conversation with her so I can get it all down on paper. But that is just in addition to what has already been said.
Okay,
No.
and now, thank you, Sandra. Karen?
Okay, here's a couple of things about the lots. Like this lot next to me, the house was torn down almost 3 years ago. And they keep saying it hasn't been signed off on yet. To me, which is ridiculous because they give me heck. They drag their feet on stuff, but they trying to charge me twice for zoning. Down the street, the lots that we've been taking care of for at least 10 years, they have not responded on that. Then we applied for one lot, they said we had to put a fence up around. I say, let it go. So to me, it's wishy-washy. Why can't I get the lot next to me? You know, what's the reason they have not allowed me to get this lot at this time? So, like I said, this is to me just a bunch of games being played.
Well, Karen, I can tell you about the lot next to you. That's where they tore the property down, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That lot has the hardest hit funds was used to tear down that house. So it has a lien against it. So, but you are supposed to be able, from what the mayor said, to go in and request that lot. And they will remove that lien from the lot.
So I have to go downtown to request it.
Go through Dennis or Rod, because they were at the meeting when the mayor said it.
Okay, let me write
Are
this
we talking
down.
about Rodney Liggins?
Yes,
Okay. So you're saying that if people are having issues trying to get a side lot, Rodney Liggins is a good point person?
yes, because he said with these lots that they tore the house down, supposedly if they were tore down using hardest hit funds, they have a lien against them. The lien goes down a certain percentage every year till it gets down to where it becomes $100 lot. But the mayor stated that if it's side lots and we're there taking care of those lots, that they can take that lien, remove the lien from the property.
Well,
Okay.
here's another question. Oh, hold up. They never replaced the sidewalk. So when I purchased that, who replaced those sidewalks?
I would get the city out there to replace the sidewalk before you buy the lot.
Okay.
Okay, I have
Now,
a question. Wait, I'm going to pause the Zoom conversation for a second, just because we have someone
Sure.
present raising her hand, a member of the community, please.
Can you take? Oh,
Okay, Kimberly Hansen. Okay, Kimberly Hansen from Wayburn speaking. Go ahead.
When you purchase those sidewalks, tell us a lot of those sidewalks, you now become responsible for that sidewalk. And it's not said in any document they give you prior to purchasing. Because a lot that I purchased, the sidewalks put in close to $3,000.
Wow.
So they're not. So when you purchase that lot, the city is not replacing that sidewalk and that curb, you're not responsible for doing so. And I made Councilman Spivey aware of this. I found this out after having a conversation with him in 2020, in October 2020, because everybody on that block just stopped off the sidewalks. You allow all these people to spend money on these lots, and now we have to do the capital.
Wow. Okay. Now, did you have anybody get built like that if their sidewalks cracked and they already had a sidewalk, but later it cracked in the?
Well, see, what they did on our block was, and it's because the city worker owns one of the houses on it. They came through and said, if they saw on Google Maps, if there was a tree next to this lot, or next to a sidewalk, they would do sidewalk replacement. And it only refers certain ones, because I pointed out to them every spot if there was a tree, that they should fix sidewalks, which means they would fix all of our but they only did particular ones under the tree lifting something program they had going. So
Yes.
it's only selective.
Because my concern is with any existing sidewalks, if they have cracks, because they're using really low quality materials now, where I have next to one of my side lots, there's a brand new sidewalk. I mean, it's like, you know, you could tell it's like Taylor and everything, but it was nice and smooth, but had hairline cracks one year, and the next year there's grass growing up through it, and it's already falling apart.
Told me 2005, after I had to have them pour my driveway so that they can use concrete longer. Remember, there was a time when they had to certain across.
Yeah.
But it added more freon to the mix of the concrete, which is why you have such force and for cement.
I'm just wondering if we're gonna get stuck having to pay for their low quality work.
You know how it is. You know whether or not you wind up paying for it.
So Karen,
Pouring some freon into the concrete. The concrete does not withstand the winter snow and the ice. And all of that.
Yeah.
And it's cracked. That's why you have.
so Scotty,
Yeah,
can you repeat what she said? Because we can't hear them.
I understand. Yeah. So, I'm sorry, can you just tell me your first name again?
Kimberly.
What Kimberly was just saying was that, everyone needs to be alerted, and you should put this would be a good point to put in the minutes. Everyone should be alerted that if, they are, so yeah, you might want to write this little detail down, that they can be billed $3,000 for sidewalks if they bought a side lot without a sidewalk.
Okay. But I do know that if you have sidewalks,
That sounds like a Mr. Haney deal. I'll sell you this lot for $100. That's a steal, Mr. Haney.
okay, I do know that if the sidewalk is lifted up due to trees or anything else, they will come out and replace
And
those.
she mentioned the tree thing, yes.
They
She
will
said they don't do
replace them.
everybody's. I had heard that I heard there was funds available for a while to deal with tree damage repairs, and until those were used up, they would do it.
But we still need to go through DPW and see if they still have funds.
Okay. Now I remember the original agenda item here, going back to it, is planning a press conference regarding side lot acquisition unfairness on the northwest side of I-94. The other side of 94 from where we're sitting. Here, Member Harris? Right.
But the fact is that the CAC represents the entire district board.
Right.
Although there's more vacant lots or land in the area she's alluding to, the people of the whole district have issued with the lot not being available for sale.
Oh, it's happening elsewhere.
It's not a target because she said one further along and has a positive outcome. But I don't think we should put it as a specific neighborhood. It's all throughout this. So the closer we get to the river, the less likely we have to go about.
Really?
That's-
Because this is the first I've heard it that way. Usually it sounded like it was the other way around. Yes.
Can you repeat what she said, Scotty?
Yeah. Okay. I got an idea. Bear with me. what, each time we take a turn to speak, if people could come up here where I am sitting. I'll step over here and speak. And then, yeah, here, I'll put this on. Like, but yeah, if you want to stand over this way and talk, we're going to try to make this so that you can hear it. And then it gets recorded, because this way it'll be on a recording.
Okay.
You can just go ahead and you speak right over here. Can you hear us okay, Sandra?
Sandra?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Brenda Butler here. My question to Ms. Kimberly Hanson is, what year did she buy her vacant lot? And what year also was the house torn down for it to become a vacant lot?
So the houses were torn down between 2002 and 2003 when they built all of the new houses on Wayburn Street from Warren to Wayburn. Okay. And I purchased the lot in in 2006 or so. And I was just informed about purchasing the lot because I was trying to get the lot across the street from me. It was available for years, and all of a sudden they wanted me to do a feasibility study and a plan in order to get the lot. And then I was told once I got it together, the lot is no longer available to keep me from getting the lot. And it's the same thing with the lot shouldn't just be an issue, it should be curves. We have no curves on the street, or crumbling curves on the street. We are in a situation where they are removing catch basins and not replacing. So that's our view.
You know, did I talk to you when we were on Wayburn? Yes, I remember. You showed me. Now it's coming. You see, I decided I don't connect them.
So if you see they're out there putting the asphalt in,
Yeah.
or engineering, or arguing and discussing, it's not gonna work because we're still gonna flood.
Yeah.
They did it wrong.
Yeah, they literally covered up drains with asphalt.
No, they dug them out,
Oh.
replaced it with concrete,
Oh, worse yet, okay.
and now they're covering it with asphalt.
So they're closing off drains and then the street floods, surprise.
And the homes flood.
Yeah.
Okay, so my statement to you is, now that I know the years of those homes,
Yeah.
at that time when they were tearing down houses, it was not a part of the contract that the contractor must replace the sidewalk. But now it is. So now we must be aware.
Okay, but you snap back, Ryan Construction built this whole neighborhood of homes. We were told when we sat down with those agreements, for those homes, that they would come back, put in curbs, put in sidewalks, and regrade the street, and we get public light. That is not, and they allowed them to not,
Okay, so that was a development saying, okay?
right?
That was a development by you Snapback. So what I would suggest that we, the CAC, put together a letter to you Snapback and that development people to see what can be done and send it certified mail.
I've been addressing Councilman Spivey. I had the entire, the head of the public works, public lighting, engineering, safety, the drug and water towards Walker Street, and Councilman Spivey smartly said, it's like walking in the deep south.
But, so also I would like to add that I am the co-chair of the Neighborhood Improvement Committee at the Eastside Community Network. But before we gave it that name, we were called the Blight Advisory Council. And Brian Farkas from the city would attend our meetings. However, we do have a meeting tomorrow. And there is a representative from the land bank that attends our meetings every month. So what I think I would like to say to you guys is to put it on hold. The letter to the mayor and everything. And we have this representative to come to our CAC meeting with their computer and just try to get all of the lots that we want to know about from that person first and see what they say at our meeting.
And then
And then we write the letter to the mayor.
I think
Because-
I think maybe there could be two letters. And the reason I'm bringing this up is one part of this was the mayor had a promise that he made to a specific group of people at the meeting she was at, and she was gonna clarify what he said so that he could actually be put on, you know, that there was something in black and white going there. So it wasn't like, oh, I said this, he meant
But
this.
you're gonna put him on notice,
Right.
but you can only put him on notice if you get the recording of the meeting that he
No,
said.
no, that's not
He
true.
is
No,
going to
no,
say that is not how he said it.
no. This
He's
was
not
a
gonna-
Okay, hold
meeting.
on. I'm gonna let Sandra talk. Go ahead.
No, this is a whole separate thing from what you're talking about.
Okay,
This
well,
was
let's
a
go.
meeting, this was a meeting of,
Okay.
of community leaders. 10
Okay.
community leaders with the mayor, with his staff, with the neighborhood office, the business liaison, all of them were present. Okay, the mayor made promises in the meeting. We're putting that to paper as a thank you letter to the mayor, letting him know all of the things that he had promised or
Okay,
he promised support of. And that way we have pen to paper, it's in writing. We have enough people that were at the meeting that he
okay,
can't say he didn't say anything or he didn't mean what he said, because it was very clear. We did not go in there with wishy-washy stuff. We had direct concerns, and those are the concerns that he addressed directly.
Okay, so
I
to
got you. So go ahead with what you're doing. You're correct. You're on the right path.
and you are also, I think we need to recognize these are separate issues.
It
Okay.
is separate.
Yeah, so this issue is as important, you know, they're all important, but I'm
Yes.
just, we got to keep things structured. So, Sandra, so the short of the thing on the letter I'm gathering is it's a work in progress.
Yes.
Now, let me just get a quick consensus before we move to the topic that you each brought into this, or topics. Is there a consensus that we should be having any press conference on any particular date soon about this, given where we stand in this discussion? Because I'm not feeling like there's a concise and hard-hitting news story in anything we're doing right now. There's the makings of one, but it's not there right now.
Right, because we have to bring all the moving parts together on this, because
Okay,
it sounds like there are issues, and all of the issues are related to the Detroit Land Bank in some kind of way. But we have to bring all of those issues into.
Okay. And Member Harris is asking to be recognized. Go ahead. Everyone is there.
We can't hear you, Jocelyn. I need to hear you for the recording.
So what I'm saying is that being at that, again, I keep always going back, because I'm always looking at the challenge of the CAC representing the entire District 4, okay? And so we can drill down, and we can also have targeted, what you call, it's like, I'm trying to think of the right language. The fact is, I would couch this, and this is just my suggestion, as land and infrastructure issues in District 4. And then I would drill down and because you've done so much work moving forward on this issue, we would make your community should be the targeted area. So we can look to see what the outcome is, because the outcome you get will impact on the whole district.
Yes.
Now, I don't want to get us in a situation where the mayor is saying, if I do it for you, I've heard this before.
Oh, you know,
If I do it for you, now I got to do it for everybody. Because remember that we are in a position to help to shape and suggest policy, you see. And so this is a broad issue. It's infrastructure and land. And this is not only a local issue, it's a federal issue, but we got to look at our own communities within District 4.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is that.
Okay, thank you. I think one thing we have.
I still will move forward on speed. Representative start coming to.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, because I think that they should. Also as co-chair, I would like to also invite Short Land Bank to attend all CAC.
That sounds critical. Yeah, we definitely need that.
Okay.
I think we could say there's a consensus that my next invite should be people.
and we need Councilman Spivey or whoever is his incoming or whatever.
And that by charter, we should. You're right.
Okay, yeah. Since you mentioned that, does the charter say anything about when he does not, or that council person? That council person does not fulfill their obligations.
And unfortunately, there's a lack of teeth. If that came up with the whole appointment thing, it's like you're not following the rules regarding appointments. And I brought that to the attention of the legislative policy division, and he said, well, you don't have a time limit. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, the ordinance doesn't have a time limit. I'm like, well, the person's supposed to be seated on the 15th of February. Well,
No. My question is, that's not our question. My question is, whoever sits in that seat,
yeah.
the language of the chart, does it read what happens if that council person does not fulfill their obligation to the community?
Is he sanctioned in any way for not attending?
I don't believe there is, unfortunately. And I'll look it up though.
Okay,
It just-
have to look it up.
But I do need to bring up that technically our meeting was scheduled originally to end at 8:30. Of course, it started a half hour late. Is there any objection to continuing the meeting past 8:30?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
Yeah,
I
mine
also
too,
did
but-
something when we were talking about infrastructure, and I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but they have Councilman Spivey and we have allowed them to close only community centers in this.
okay, so I want to close one thing and open the other. For the moment, are we done with the discussion of what's happening with the land on the other side of 94? For the moment, and we're going to come back to it at the next meeting, when you have the letter drafted. Sandra?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm good with that.
Screen like it's you. Right, I know, I'm being a little off there. Okay, thank you. Okay, and so, and then we had current community concerns and plans of action. So I think that's perfect for bringing in the, now the matter of, we have the sidewalks. And, okay, yeah, so Gregory, are you getting this? Or, I don't know, you kind of like got a lot going on over there. Oh, by the way, I would like to welcome Cookie Moore to from Cornerstone to the discussion. If you want to make a note for attendance.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Cookie. This is
Hey.
Sand.
Hey, how are you? Everybody
Doing
doing
well.
good? Sorry for coming in so late. I was doing some things.
Okay, that's fine. So next I wanted to, since the next thing that came up then I'm sorry, Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim and Brenda Butler, we're bringing up the matter of some other problems that we've had. First of all, we have the failure of the developers. Was it you Snapback was involved? O'Brien Construction?
Yes.
Okay, are the two organizations that,
No. Just to say. Sometimes we have to. Understand. If we move from one item to the, I'm just saying, if we move from one item to the next, we'll never accomplish. So what was that B part that you was talking about?
but I think that it should be, if nothing else, it could be, we do a part B as current community concerns and plans of action. So that's what I'm saying. It is on the agenda. We don't have to make it real long. We could we could add it to. Well, okay, so I just want to make sure we have this focused. So what you're saying is there is a problem with this flooding. And Brenda Butler brought up the East Side Development Corporation and the Neighborhood Improvement Committee. Okay, Brenda Butler is co-chair of the Neighborhood Improvement Committee in the East Side Community Network. She's the co-chair of that. Okay, and she's going to research getting a member of the land bank to attend the meeting. Thank you very much. Okay, and then the other thing was about the sidewalks. That's really just a FYI, I guess, that we got to be cautious. If you're going to buy a side lot, insist on them putting in a sidewalk first before you buy it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good approach.
Yeah, have them to fix the sidewalk prior to purchase of the lot.
Okay.
The sidewalk, the driveway, and the approach, they call the driveway, because they leave that driveway.
Oh,
there.
the approach, yeah.
That's by code, you can get a ticket for that, because they have nowhere to go. It's the driveway. There's no structure for it to go.
Yeah, I was kind of upset because they took away my driveway. I wanted to put a curb there, but oh well.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. All right.
But
So
Scotty,
Yes.
we can make a call and get somebody from the land bank at the meetings. That's never a problem.
yeah. So now the next thing here is, I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this. Let's say I got this here. Let's take it off now. Okay, and so the next thing was under new business. I'm going to briefly address item A of new business because it was my addition. And then I will, and then we really need to get to item B of new business about flooding, because that's really the big thing that we haven't even gotten to, and it's huge. Okay, I put down youth advisor position under new business for the following reason. As those who have been involved in the CAC earlier on, Community Advisory Council earlier on, know we have had the process of appointments has been kind of a slow and a rocky one from our council representative, and really nothing at all moved forward on the youth advisor, on the youth member position. And since that time, we actually had two people originally involved there. And I'll just say first names, Ezra and Michaela, two people. And Ezra apparently is busy with other things now and isn't even interested anymore. So my thought was that I could offer to Michaela a youth advisor position where Michaela could sit in on the meetings like a member. But since no official vote could come from someone who isn't a sworn member, the backside of that is I would actually consult that person on any motions. And if I thought that that person's vote would tip the scales, I would actually be willing to even abstain or vote in a certain way to make it go that way, out of respect for that person, because I saw that as a what? What is it? Okay, yes, I know. That up already. Okay, so just to be clear on this, I was thinking that we could have somebody still fill that role since the council person wouldn't officially do it, as at least I guess, ceremonial position. However, that person, I went by Michaela's house and left a note on the door to come to this meeting, and no one showed up. I have an email address, a street address, names, and no phone number. Yes.
I was just saying, I'll say that. But the process we're talking about,
Yes.
the only thing I want to say is that it's important that we have a person. But I think we always, we gotta make sure we cover ourselves and we don't waste our.
Right.
It's gotta be something that we can base it on. We absolutely need to get.
Right.
But we absolutely need a youth to be present, youth to be present. Yes.
Right.
But I just, I don't want us to get caught up in something that gives a whole lot of energy until we get our foundation and make sure we pull on it.
Right.
A lot should happen after this election. Once we are new city council person, I am certain that person is going to make sure things go quickly. But they're looking for our support. The council can work more efficiently. We have an efficient CAC. This one is dead before.
Yeah, well, we have, the problem is the charter definitely calls for the youth member. And the problem is that the, our councilman is not interested in going by the charter. Quite bluntly, I'm just gonna say it. He is not interested in following the charter.
So, yeah, so just, you know what, I would just like to say, I would even ask Spivey to just leave it alone until we get the new house.
Well, and that's, yeah, but that, I'm not gonna be chair then. This, I'm dealing with the present, not what the next administration or the next members are gonna do. Right. So what I'm saying is, I know he's not going to. What I'm saying is, we don't need to like have that position not exist, or let me finish, please. We don't need to have that position not exist simply because of his inaction. And so for that reason, I had a substitute idea. However, at the moment, what I'm going to say is I'm going to ask to table that item because I have not reached that remaining person. That person did not reply. So there's really nowhere to go with it right now. Yes.
I know that you have been trying.
Oh, yes. No, I'm not certified mail.
Got a lot happening in this.
And that we are awaiting that point.
We already had a resolution, a press release. He knows there is not a question of whether or not he knows. Okay, so, okay. I already got a digital paper trail. All right, it's redundant because we've already been there, but we can do that too. Okay, I'm sorry, Ms. Harris, you needed to say something. Okay.
You know, we have to really prioritize and use our time wisely, right? And so I always say is and should are two different words. The fact is that our country person is not functioning. So to waste
All right.
time and energy.
It's really, she's not hearing, this isn't getting on here. Okay, just Sandra, Karen, Cookie, and just to make sure everyone over on this end is hearing this. The idea is that some people believe we should send or actually some people, member Harris and community member Brenda Butler both have the opinion that we should be sending a certified letter to Andre Spivey, reiterating our wish that he go ahead with the appointment of the youth member.
I do agree with that, with
Okay.
a letter signed by all of the
That's a second.
elected and appointed members. However, I think first we need to have a member, a youth member to put forth.
And
Okay.
that's why I need to contact Michaela,
Right.
because
I
that
don't-
was the person by procedure. It should be one of those two people, and Ezra bowed out already.
Okay, so I think that we need to be able to, when we do the letter, to make sure that we have a name that we are putting forth, a name with contact information.
Okay. Also, now I have a message from Cookie of Cornerstone to everyone, so I'm going to read this out loud. Right.
Wait, hold on. It's me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get off the phone because I just got out the hospital.
Okay,
And I need-
I'm sorry. Brenda Butler is trying to say something. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, CC the letter to the whole council. So does that mean we're going to be having a registered letter to every member of the council? All right, who's going to pay for that, by the way? Oh, okay, you can put a note. I'm serious because we don't have a budget. That's why I bring it up.
Scotty, can we do a vote on that
That's
prior
where
to
I'm going
Karen?
with this. We need to have a vote. So there's a
Because
motion
Karen
made,
is gonna be
I believe-
leaving us.
Motion by, wait, Ms. Butler. There was a motion made.
Can you tell Ms. Butler that we are about to lose one of our members? And we need to vote on it?
That was Ezra. Yeah, and he bowed out. He said he's not interested anymore. He lost interest. It was
Scotty,
on Zoom. It was on Zoom. I'm sorry, it was on Zoom. Okay, let's get back to the motion. Jocelyn Harris said we should, she is the member who supported the idea of the, of that registered letter. Sandra, I believe you're the person who expressed agreement, and so that would be a second.
yes, but my agreement is with the condition that we have a willing candidate to put forth in the letter.
That's an amendment. So it's been seconded, there's a discussion, and now the amendment is that conditional upon having a potential youth member available. Correct?
Correct.
That goes back to me confirming this with Michaela.
Yes.
Okay, so the motion is to amend the idea of the certified letter to the idea that we actually have someone available to fill that position. Is there any discussion on that amendment? Okay, is there any objection to it? We'll go to a vote on this. Members voting. All those in favor of amending the idea of the certified letter regarding the youth member, to include the stipulation that we actually have someone available to fill the position, indicate by raising your hand. And I'm gonna, so I can easily do a roll call. I got Gregory Creswell supports that amendment. And Jocelyn Harris supports that amendment. And over Sandra supports it if she made it. Karen, do you support that? Karen Knox?
Yes, I support it.
Okay, so, and I do, so that's a unanimous thing. So going back to that then, the main motion then is that we have a certified letter calling for a, calling on to Mr. Spivey and Council Member Spivey, reiterating our insistence that he appoint a youth member. And we just want to know who's going to write it. I believe I'm asking that question right now, if we're going to actually have this as a thing we're going to vote on.
I will write the letter.
Okay, thank you very much. Sandra has volunteered to write the letter.
I'll
Any
write it
discussion
and get
or
it to you and you can get it out. We have
Okay,
to, Scotty, we need to recognize that Karen has just gotten out of the hospital and that we need
my
to let
God.
her go. We need to let her go from the meeting at this
Okay,
time.
thank you, Karen, for your participation, and get well soon. Best of health to you.
All right, thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you.
Karen. Let me know if you need anything, Karen.
Okay, I will. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you all. All right,
If there's no objection, I'd like to immediately go to a vote on simply that we allow Sandra to go ahead and compose the letter. And Brenda Butler, you're gonna help with the okay, Jocelyn Harris has collected a donation to make that possible. Thank you very much, by the way. And again, thank you very much. I guess beyond shouldn't just be by the way. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so there is support. Is there any, if there's no objection, well, we got to do a roll call because there's a Zoom part. All right, so all those in favor of the letter being a registered mail letter, and Sandra will compose the letter, and then we will need to I'll drive it around if necessary to get signed. Indicate by saying well, let's see, raising your hands. Okay, so myself, Gregory Creswell, Jocelyn Harris, certified letter. I'm sorry, I used the wrong word. Certified letter. I think they said registered and certified. Sandra Turner Handy, thank you. Okay, so this is unanimous. The 4 remaining members sitting here all agree on that. Okay, so now the next item then is flood. Okay, now we're finally on flood issues. I'm going to start by something I've observed about this. I talked to people in this district who not only have not been able to find the flood assistance that we keep hearing about, but also have not had any, have actually reached out to the water department about a flooded basement. I know someone who has a basement where the water's this deep and it's still this deep. Not that it got that deep and then ran out. The water's still in her basement with her stuff. And she's got kids, she got grandchildren living. Yeah.
Scotty, I am.
All right, all right. Hold on, Sandra. I got Jocelyn Harris has her hand up, and then you go ahead, Joss. Miss Harris.
As an example of a targeted community that has multiple flooding ongoing. I don't like to talk only about the problem without presenting some solutions that we need to share. Our goal is thinking individually trying to get above water and look around to see who can help and how can I help. been work done in Jefferson Chambers by citizens and volunteers to try to help a person such as you're speaking of, who's in a critical, life-threatening situation. The flood happened on June the 25th, 26th. Today is September 13th. We're getting piece by piece because it's about division. We're all divided. Now, for individual homes with no community center and no elected official, and I have to go on record with the exception of Letitia Johnson, Anthony Adams, Stephanie Chang, who have gotten involved, Nicole Small, who have gotten involved not because they're elected, but because they care. And I want to share some information with the group so that you all can write these things down.
Okay, Ms. Harris, I just realized what you're saying is very important, and you can briefly summarize what you said already. I don't want to repeat everything, but it's the core of what you're saying. So I just realized I was listening to you and not thinking about that.
Okay, well, the fact is that each one of us have to deputize ourselves to help ourselves and help our neighbors, because we don't have a lot of people coming to our rescue. Okay, and I'm just talking about the reality. I know on television the mayor has declared a disaster, and he's reached out to the federal, to the state, to the federal. But the reality is the ones that are on the ground that are suffering as a result of this continuous flooding have found that they have to find ways of saving themselves and their neighbors. So I want everyone to write down these numbers in case you come into contact with someone who still has water in their basement. Understanding that the flooding was June the 25th and today is September 13th, that means they're in a crisis. It's critical. So we can't proceed as normal. In my living room, Anthony Adams, Letitia, Russ Boman, Mary Lloyd came 2 days after the flood and spoke to a group of neighbors who assembled. And we continue to assemble for 5 Sundays straight, just to share information and, more important, to deal with the mental health of our neighbors, because people are mentally stressed out and a lot of devastation is going on, not only with the homes, but with the people. They're suffering in silence, and we don't have a public outcry about this. So as deputized residents, what we found is this, and I'm going to walk you all through. If you want to get immediate results, that's why you heard me talk about Mary Lloyd. Put Mary Lloyd's name down, and I'm going to give you all her personal cell phone number. She receives phone calls. She is totally committed to getting volunteers coming to Detroit in a disaster, going in to a basement like the one you're talking about, dragging all the wet items to the curb, okay? They call it that mucking, and then they're committed, I can give a testimony, to cutting out all the moldy areas that's in that basement, because that is airborne disease.
Okay, what's the number?
What about the drainage of the existing floodwater?
Well, the fact is that DWSD is responsible for water and sewage. They are responsible for getting that out of those basements. I mean, in our neighborhood, they did eventually go door to door to see if there was still water in the basement.
Well, I have somebody over there in y'all neighborhood that is handicapped, and she's been living with this water. Then she got COVID. Then she went in the hospital, And now her basement is still flooded and all that wet stuff is still in it. And they called way over here to my community to get some assistance because I was using volunteers to clean out basements of my seniors over here. Now this was,
let me say this, but kudos to you and kudos to your community and your volunteers. But I'm just gonna stand here and say, when one suffers, everybody suffers. So
yes,
if they call-
indeed.
I'm just saying, I want to give you some information. That's all I want to share, okay?
Yeah, and that's what I'm asking you, because I need the information because this lady needs help.
Okay, I'm prepared. The main ones that you can call direct, after Mary Gordon, I'm gonna give you our phone number from my cell phone. The next one is Rubicon, RUBICON. These are retired veterans. And they come and they get rid of whatever's in the basement and cut out all the mold. Then they disinfect. That number for Rubicon is 213-712-4117. So immediately you call them.
Say that again. Can you repeat that number?
213. Can you hear me?
213.
712-4117.
Okay.
Now they are connected to the Red Cross. You all know that the Red Cross has a federal duty to help in a disaster. And we had a couple of numbers for Red Cross. They gave us a inside, but the number from Red Cross is 800-733-2767. So you call that number. What they told us in the midst of the flood was first to call DWSD. We all know that number by heart now. Okay, so we call DWSD.
Okay.
They point us to 211. You all know 211 is supposed to cover everything. Okay. And yeah, and they'll direct, and most of them direct you to somebody else. And at this stage of the ballgame, I don't really know where we are, but we can talk. But locally, I'm going to give kudos to East Side Community Network, Donna Gibbons, because myself personally and my neighbors, we have taken neighbors to in, and Donna had staff that operated like it was an emergency. She had intake staff, and they used the computers and made sure that all the information that was needed to apply for DWSD, to apply for the Great Lakes Water Authority, and there's something we could talk about in later on a little bit more detail. And then most recently FEMA, okay? And some of you know that the most recent announcement was about the fact that Wayne County is supposed to have received some federal dollars to help people who, if there were gaps, like maybe your insurance covered you, okay? Maybe you got some FEMA, maybe you didn't get insurance, maybe you didn't get anything from FEMA, but what they committed to do, was to fill in the voids for Wayne County. If you go to the website, right on this website, I'm sorry, remember, B like boy, I like it, T like Tom, L like Larry, then it's Y, and it's Wayne. Oh boy, let me get it right for you. I was trying to. It's flood. It's a flood. I'm gonna give it to you. In my phone, okay? But if you go to that website, you're gonna get a letter that talks about the fact that they fill gaps. But this is the question that we're asking our elected officials. In the letter, it says that they cover everyone outside of the city of Detroit. What? Yeah. And so that question has not been answered. I had our ombudsman, our ombudsman, he took a look at the website. We got there to the application. We tried filling it out, I know I have, and it bounced back. So that is something that is still being explored. Because probably many of you can tell stories about insurance companies that deny. You can tell stories about going to FEMA and they deny. Then they send you to the SBA to get a loan. And people don't want to get a loan. They didn't cause a problem. Why would you take out a loan on a problem you didn't cause? And so at this point, because if there's somebody in danger, DSW, the Detroit Water Institute, let them know it's water in the basement. That's one. Call 211, let them know what's going on. Call the Red Cross, let them know what's going on. Call Rubicon, let them know what's going on. And I'm going to give you all Ms. Floyd's number so you can call her. Because this is all the work that we have done to save ourselves. Nobody came to the rescue, except the people who are running for office. And again, I said, Anthony Adams, Letitia Johnson, Nicole Small, Stephanie Chang.
Well, Stephanie ain't running for office, so don't put her in the ones running for office. She in office.
Thank you so much for correcting me. But I mean, I'm still saying that elected official, Ms. Stephanie Chang, came to our rescue. Okay? Time for questions. Stephanie.
Are all the phone numbers you set up loud, written on there as well? I know you said no.
Yeah.
Good, so I'll make sure to get that out.
And Stephanie Chang, I don't know if y'all received it, but she sent something, I think it went to the president. And a list of emergency, disaster emergency. That's why we're returning. Okay.
Thank you.
Great job.
Yeah, thank you.
October, it's October, and the FEMA office has moved over to Salvation Army. They're no longer at the program. They moved one on that, and just
Okay, which Salvation Army did the FEMA office move to?
Connors, they're on Connors.
Over to Connor. Okay,
Yeah.
Connor, and what is the intersection? I'm not familiar with that one. Okay, between Mac and Warren, there's a Salvation Army.
Yes. And they're open, I think, till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Isn't it down the street from the 5th precinct?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, it's it's in that stretch. In other words, okay, I could picture. In other words, if I keep going, if I pass the 5th precinct on my left, I would get to it after that, going toward the water.
I believe so.
Okay.
I think it's
right
like
near the 5th
almost
precinct.
right next to it, almost, if not.
Yeah,
right next to it.
it's real
Now,
close.
Thank you. I was going to read an announcement now. I got this message from Cookie that's been here a while. And I know we got but we obviously had this very important matter that we've been discussing, but I'm just going to break to this. Okay, I got a message here from Cookie Moore, who's in Cornerstone Village, saying you're all welcome to our Cornerstone Village community meeting this Saturday, September 18th, starting at 10 a.m. It will be at the Community Garden 5315 Hereford. This will be our first meeting since the pandemic, and we will be practicing social distancing. So everyone, I hope heard that. 5315 Hereford.
Thank you, Scotty.
You're welcome, Cookie, and thank you for the invitation. Okay, and so I'm gonna actually try to copy this down also. Okay, and also this is okay. So I think we had gotten a lot of useful information from member Harris, and I definitely on behalf of the group want to thank her. She's on the phone right now doing more good work. So just wanted to make sure acknowledge her contribution to, and if I'd known ahead, I think I would have scheduled it as a special presentation. She came so well prepared with that chart and all that information. Okay, so moving forward again, we have now is there any more information people have about the flooding situation and things we can do? Go ahead. Okay. Oh, great. I can get that as well. For the record, for those on Zoom, there's a flyer being circulated. I'm going to get a picture of it. We're going to try to get something up on the website about that, and I'll share it with everybody.
What number was she giving out?
It's for Mary Floyd regarding the flooding, and it is 313-247-0792.
247-0792?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I should have said something.
Okay.
You got that written down, put it in the chat also, please, and okay. All righty. And that takes us. All right. Any more on floods before I want to make sure we close up the flood thing securely, but we are kind of against hard time limits that probably already pushed past. Thank you for your attendance. And obviously I set the optimistic goal of getting the meeting done at 8:30. It didn't happen, but we do have to be out of this location fairly soon. I think we're over time. If there is any last minute statements about the flood issue, that, any helpful. Okay. I did notice that there was a change, and it seemed, I'm just gonna make a couple comments. The people in the city government seem to either be trying to pretend things are better than they are, or they're just not fully aware, because the flood links that were on the homepage of the Detroit website, you don't see up there anymore. You can search for the information still in the search box. You put in flood assistance, but it's like they don't seem like there's a front about it. And I heard sanitation doesn't want to do the curbside pickup anymore of items put out front of flooded homes, which is a big problem. And they need to simply just wake up and realize that this problem didn't go away already.
Yeah, they had a cutoff date and I think we're at that cutoff date.
Yeah, they need to kick that cutoff date a little further into the future here, because there's still people with plenty of debris in their basements that have not been able to get it all out. I don't see people getting ticketed, and those tickets are really, costly. Just because they were in the unfortunate situation of not being able to get the things out of their basement quick enough.
Right.
Now, what I understand is they're supposed to contact the district manager, so that'll be Rodney.
Rod and Dennis.
And Dennis, and let them know so that they won't get ticketed.
Okay. Everyone
And
hear
that way they can ask for a special pickup.
Exactly.
Were you saying you heard something different than that, Kim?
I can't hear her. What did she say?
Kim is saying that they sent out a text saying that it was a hard cutoff. They didn't give any information about any way out.
Yeah, but you could still call your neighborhood manager anytime. If you were to do a cleanup in your community right now and put stuff at the curb, you could always call your neighborhood manager's office and ask for a special pickup.
Oh.
That's correct. That is so correct.
Thank you very much. Okay, well, that's helpful. Thank you. Okay. And I'm up against a deadline. I have to be out soon too, but let me, I don't want to just not complete the meeting here. Okay, so that's where we're going to go right now with flood things. I would say, what I'd like to say is if anyone wants me to, I'll create a post specifically on flood updates on the d4cac.org website, and I will add to that anything anyone sends me that looks like it's going to help people find assistance. d4cac.org. If you click blog and events, right now I just have like meetings listed. Yes. And I should have brought my business cards in here and given them to everybody with that info, but I'll just say it out loud. d4cac.org. Yeah, that's the that'll redirect, actually goes then to Boman for Detroit because I repurposed an old site, but that doesn't really matter. The information. Okay, and what I was saying is members of the CAC by charter are supposed to be five elected and 2 appointed. The 5 elected members are chosen in the regular election. Originally, there was a one-time, because it just started, I circulated the petition in 2019 that allowed for the formation of the CAC to occur. And so in 2020, there was a special election basically for people to get elected to it. Myself, Gregory Creswell, and Washington Houston were the only qualified candidates. And so as a result, only 3 of those 5 positions got filled. The other 2 members that are supposed to be appointed are a senior issues representative and a youth member, were to be chosen by the council from a list provided by the elected members of the CAC. And that is how the process is supposed to work, by charter. Qualified because I petitioned to put my name on the ballot, and any writing candidate must file something called a declaration of intent. to get his or her name actually counted. So people can write in, like, you know, you hear about the old jokes of people writing in Mickey Mouse, and it's like, well, what if someone here decided to change their name to Mickey Mouse? Well, that's the problem with that is, unless you file a declaration of intent, they're not going to count Mickey Mouse anyway.
Okay.
So, what happened is some people actually even handed out literature and stuff, but did not do that. They did not know the law. So actually, I'm going to tell everyone here, if you want, right now there is one balloted person, and his name is Dennis Bryan. He's the one person you will see on your ballot for Community Advisory Council. There will be 5 blank spaces sitting underneath his name. And it says you may vote for up to 5. Now he's guaranteed, I'm pretty sure, unless you got a whole bunch of money to spend, he's definitely getting elected. So, but the top 4 write-in candidates after that are automatically in, even if you only get a handful of votes and no one gets more than you, then you're in. So if you're interested in being on the CAC in 2021, I'm not running for it. If you're interested in being on the CAC in 2021, write your name in there, hand in a declaration of intent, and it's due basically 2 weeks before the Friday that's before the election, which is on November 2nd. So if you get it in there, you know, like this month, then you're fine. You go to the clerk's office, you fill it out, someone notarizes it, it's 1 page. And that's how you can be on the CAC. The only other way is if you're appointed, I don't think anyone here is under 18. So the only other way is if you wish to be a senior issue representative and get appointed by our next city council person from District 4. It gets approved by the whole council, but it's usually they leave it up to the district rep. Yeah, he did it. Yeah. And then it's finally official after you're sworn in. You get elected, doesn't mean they really count it until you're sworn in, but that's an obligation of the city clerk, and you probably actually get sworn in by the deputy clerk, but I already know how that works. So.
Well, wait a minute, I thought I got sworn in by, was it the city clerk's office? Or I guess
Were you sworn in by Janice Winfrey or Andre Gilbert? I'm asking Sandra.
I don't know why I thought it was Kathy Garrett's office, but I guess it wasn't, huh?
Well, yeah, because it's supposed to be the city clerk, not the county clerk.
Yeah.
Actually, we had one member, Washington Newsom, did go to Garrett's office, get sworn in, then he had to still go back to get sworn in by the city clerk when he found out
Well,
that out.
I think that I'm going to file the letter of intent, the declaration of intent.
Okay, I encourage it. Okay, that takes us on to okay, well, next meeting, well, there's no reports. Next meeting. I don't have a location picked out yet. I will make sure to timely inform all the members of a location if I find one. If you have an idea of where you think we should have our next physical meeting, let me know. The general rule, everyone attending, of the charter is that locations of meetings are to be throughout the district. Now, we've already had 2 in Morningside, this one and one down at the park. We really need to get out of Morningside. We did have one over at Skinner Field over by Denby, and I guess that's on the edge of the Yorkshire Woods community, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's in Yorkshire Woods.
It's in Yorkshire Woods. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Thank you, Sandra.
Yeah.
So that's where that was. And so I'm thinking maybe something, Jefferson Chalmers would be a great place. Maybe get a meeting over in that area. And Jocelyn Harris would probably know more about that area than, definitely more than I do. I know we're getting into all these like regionalisms. Yeah, and I know like what would actually, also I have, if this nerd is in order, I'll end up using this kind of a little further west, but right now that's not an option. I mean, definitely the first thing that we'll make. Okay, indoors? Would you be indoors? Oh, that'd be fabulous. Okay, well, let's just say Jocelyn Harris will find the venue. Is that okay? Yeah. Jocelyn Harris will be locating a venue in the Jefferson Chalmers area for our next meeting.
Okay.
So that will work. And and of course, we have scheduled that their regular meetings will be on the second Monday of each month at 7 p.m. and are supposedly ending a lot earlier than this one. So with that being said, I will entertain a motion for, oh, no, I'm sorry, I almost broke the Open Meetings Act, public comments. Anyone who wishes to speak who has not yet, anyone who wishes to have any final comments may step up. And if you wish to have it on the record, I would recommend coming right up here. Or is that? I'm sorry, I want to make things. In fact, I'm going to kind of make the path a little less treacherous. We'll stand back. I was going to stand. I'm just doing that for the benefit of you being heard and recorded. Yeah, if you just speak from where you're standing, everyone should be able to hear you. Everyone online can hear.
What's her name?
Oh, Sandra Candy's person.
Hi, Sandra. My name is CAC, and I'm at 4325 Wayburn. I'm right on the corner of Bethany and Wayburn. And my question is, or a statement. I purchased a lot near my home from the Michigan Land Bank. I had talked to a lady by the name of Rosa Harper.
Okay.
And she was telling me online how to go on there and purchase the lot. So I purchased the lot for $100, but I have not received my deed yet.
Okay, so stop right there. When did you purchase the lot?
Before the ending date. What was the ending date? I tell you. It was the ending date they had. It was a day or two before the ending date.
Which month are
Did you purchase the lot this year?
Yeah.
Okay, the deeds come from the state of Michigan. You will not see your actual deed for at least a year.
Wow.
That's true. I had to wait a long time.
She didn't tell me all that. She said within 3 to 6 months. Okay.
No, it will actually be about a year for them to get that deed to you.
Is there anybody that you know of, or anybody else under the sound of my voice know of, who I can contact to make sure they did get my payment? Because I mean, I do have a confirmation, but I want to know is there somebody that I can contact that number?
At the state, no, because the state is still partially, like, people are still working from home and stuff. You know, but I can tell you I can tell you from experience, I went through the same thing that you are going through now.
Okay.
And I kept contacting the land bank, you know what I'm saying? I still haven't got my deed, I got my deed a year later.
Okay. I have her phone number, so she is connected with it. Okay, thank you.
Just take my number and we'll keep in contact.
I can take your number?
Yeah, I'm okay with giving out my number.
Can I write it down?
It's 313 926 9811. And my name is Sandra Turner Handy. I'm with the Denby Neighborhood Alliance and over here with the 9th Precinct.
Okay.
Okay, anyone else for citizen comments before we close? Community comments? Okay, if there are no further people wishing to make a public comment for, I'm gonna entertain a motion to adjourn. Actually, I'm not gonna make the motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, Creswell was first, so Gregory Creswell made the motion, Sandra Turney Handy seconded it. It's actually non-debatable, so let's just go right to this. I believe it is. Anyway, I don't hear anyone wanting to debate it. So, at that point, let's just say, I'm gonna go to a vote. No objections, we'll go to a vote. Okay, Mr. Creswell votes in favor of adjournment. I'm voting in favor of adjournment. Ms. Harris? You want to come on up? Okay, we're gonna pause the vote. I know this is out of order. I'm pausing the vote long enough to let her introduce herself because I
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah. I'm a student at Wayne State University. Urban sustainability and land use and really land ownership and the development of the land and kind of in support of urban agriculture and sort of the residents being the narrative and that also comes from journalism and so I went to Emma Community Garden with as a land use AmeriCorps member with Detroit University right now. So I know they did some work on developing Jared Gray's garden and I went down there anyway. So I'm grateful to be here and to hear your feedback and really just kind of learn more about what you guys hope to see and figure out, I'm trying to figure out as a hopefully maybe future planner or nonprofit aid in any way to figure out how to kind of ensure that you guys are able to have the public amenities that everybody deserves and that your voices are heard in whichever way I can. So just to support and take notes. And I will also say regarding I do work all the elections over and learn that. And if you do write-ins, if people even get your name slightly wrong, we capture all that information. So and I have seen people create templates. They pass it on the way in, I'll go with like so just that kind of thing. But don't take any more time, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Who is she, Scotty?
Pardon?
Who is she?
What's your name again? Sarah Parash. How do you spell the last name? F-R-A-J.
And who is she with?
Wayne State.
Okay.
Oh, Department of Urban Studies. Yeah, I used to work there for a long time.
Oh, she's with like Thompson?
Future Cities, okay. In Detroit, Future Cities.
Oh, with Shari
You got my
Williams?
contact information? 'Cause I didn't bring my cards in here and I intended to.
Can you ask her if she would attend our next meeting and give us a presentation on what they're
Yeah,
doing?
would you like to make a presentation at our next meeting? Yeah. Sure. You could go to scotty.boman@detroitmi.gov. Yeah, and I have my cards, but I meant to bring things in here. It was very
We're behind schedule now, so trying to. And meanwhile, we don't have to have a meeting to do this.
Let me just adjourn. Can we adjourn? Okay, Sandra's had her hand up to adjourn. I do, Gregory, and everyone else already voted to adjourn, so I'm going to close the meeting. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Good
Thank you very
night.
much for your time, everyone.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing.
Oh, I got this disaster recovery thing. I'm copying that. Okay. I'm
I
gonna leave.
gotta turn this back over to you, Scotty. Let me see. Well, there's only two of us on here.
Have a good evening, Sandra.
All right, Cookie, have a good one. It was good to hear from you.
You as well. Thank you so much. You take care, okay?
Okay,
All
bye-bye.
right. Bye-bye.